Let's run it back with the AIR Foamposite One. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button. Originally released in 1997, the AIR Foamposite One, worn by Penny Hardaway, was released. The Foamposite was a very special shoe when it released because we have never seen a shoe like it before. The only colorway, in my opinion, that matters is the original Royal Foamposite One. Now in 1997, Eric Avar, a sneaker designer within Nike, and if you don't know his work, give it a Google. He has designed some of the greatest basketball shoes ever created. In my opinion, he's probably the second best sneaker designer after Tinker Hatfield. He thought of this Foamposite design in 1997, where the upper would be one full piece of material that would form to your foot. You could see that Eric Avar took inspiration from a few things designing the AIR Foamposite One, such as a shell of a beetle. That's why the Foamposite has that shiny-like body to it that looks very similar to a beetle. But the design and the shape of the shoe is so perfectly made that it doesn't matter that it's one piece with hardly any Nike branding on the shoe. And I think that makes the shoe look perfect. There is also the other spin-off version called the Nike Foamposite Pro, the Nike check on the side, but I honestly think this Foamposite with no check is perfect. So how it worked was that Eric Avar used this technology called foam, and he sent it to China to the designing team to see if they could get it work. So how the shoe is made actually is the shoe's put in the heat press upside down, and the foam is wrapped around the mold and then heat pressed. So when the shoe comes out, it is one single unit. The story goes that originally the Foamposite was designed for Scottie Pippen, and Eric Avar had a bag of sample shoes when he was visiting with Penny Hardaway on creating his next model, which was the Air Penny 3. And inside that bag was the Foamposite. And Penny Hardaway asked Eric, what are those in the bag? And Eric said, that's a secret design I'm working on called the Foamposite. As soon as Penny Hardaway saw the shoe, he said, I want that shoe to be my next shoe. And Eric Avar and Penny Hardaway created one of the greatest shoes in Nike basketball history, the AIR Foamposite One. Now, to promote the shoe in 1997, there was some very subtle advertisements for the shoe. They were testing the market with the shoe if it would fly, because no one has seen this type of shoe before, this plastic space-age looking shoe. So I think Nike and advertising team went a little soft on the advertisements, which worked out perfectly because all you see in the advertisements is just the shoe. There's no real story behind any of the commercials to promote the shoe. It's just the shoe selling itself. There's no Penny Hardaway in the commercials trying to sell the shoe. It's just the shoe itself in its beautiful glory, just sitting there with the world going around it, whatever the world around it is happening. And I think that's a perfect way to promote the shoe and their new product. There was also advertisements in Sports Illustrated, just the same as the commercial, with just the shoe sitting there and showing the product. There is one ad with Penny Hardaway in it. That one came out later after all the promotion of the Foamposite One, was the one with the Penny Hardaway that appeared in, I believe, Slam magazine, with Penny wearing the Foamposite and promoting the Foamposite at that time. When Penny Hardaway first stepped on the court with these shoes, they actually were kind of like the Air Jordan 1. They were not banned, but frowned upon by the NBA because they were too blue. So what Nike and Penny Hardaway decided to make it not so blue is that he would color in the side panels here with black Sharpie. And that became a story on its own, and he wore that model with the Sharpie pen on the side in one 1997 playoff game against the Miami Heat. And in that game against the Miami Heat, Penny Hardaway pulled off one of the coolest moves in the AIR Foamposite One that is legendary.
Look at the concentration in Askin's eyes. Hardaway with a jumper. Well, it doesn't matter.
Also in 1997, a way for Nike to promote the shoe, they actually gave a pair to Mike Bibby of the University of Arizona to wear throughout the championship season, and was actually the first appearance of the Foamposite that we see before Penny Hardaway hit the court wearing them. Actually brings back a lot of memories of seeing this shoe for the first time, was seeing it on the feet of Mike. One of my favorite things about the AIR Foamposite One is the subtle Penny Hardaway logo on the back heel, and this outsole of the shoe is just perfect. It has very reminiscent of the Air Jordan 11 with the carbon fiber plate and the clear sole, but I just love the wide herringbone traction on the bottom, and I love the design of the AIR Foamposite One. This is the retro model from 2008, which I still wear for basketball. One of my favorite models ever created by Nike. One of my favorite Penny Hardaway shoes ever made. In my opinion, there's only one color, and that is the royal. So I don't buy any of the other Foamposite colorways. If I was to venture off into the other colorways of the Foamposite, I really enjoy the eggplant colorway that released in the early 2000s. The AIR Foamposite One, one of the greatest design shoes in Nike history. What do you guys all think about the AIR Foamposite One? Is it on your top list? Is it your favorite of all time? What do you think about the AIR Foamposite One? Until next time.